Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm always glad that you do. Well, you can see I have my coffee. I hope you'll go get yours or whatever else you want to do to sit back for the next 30 minutes and enjoy today's program because it is going to move quickly. We are so excited to have the author of a book called God is in This Fight, How God Made a Way to Rescue Human Trafficking Survivors. And his name is Ted Greenfield, and you are going to be blown away by his story. He is a pilot and he is rescuing survivors from human trafficking, and it is riveting. We are going to get into some things with this, and then we're going to, later on in the show, you want to stay tuned because we're going to close out the show later. Elise Nicole, our reporter for Bay Focus, has been out and about again, and she's going to take us on a walking tour of the city of Dunedin. But first, let's take a look at Ted Greenfield's book, God is in This Fight.
Albany ground, 731.
I'm Ted Greenfield, and I run Invisible Angels. A lot of people may have a different idea and a different perception of what a human trafficking rescue operation looks like. It's not at all what you see in the movies.
Alabama and then Mississippi. Oh, I don't know.
How you guys doing back there?
Doing okay, sir. Is this so? It's normal right now.
Oh yeah, now it's normal.
Okay.
What was abnormal? Was there anything abnormal?
I'm not sure.
Were you scared or anything?
I was when it first started going up, just a little bit.
Oh, when we took off?
Yeah, just a little.
It was fun though, wasn't it?
It was pretty. It was nice. It was
I consistently get asked one question. How did you get involved in this? This journey took me from courtrooms to chemo wards and bone marrow biopsies to the loss of my medical certificate, rendering me legally unable to fly an aircraft. Being shut down by the FAA and charged with operating an illegal airline, I was looking at $1.4 million in fines and the loss of the aircraft and possibly the loss of my pilot's license. God just told me to tell his story. And the entire story of how Invisible Angels began is in the book, God is in This Fight. Not only does it tell the story of how Invisible Angels got started, God is in This Fight also reveals how God prepared me for and led me into this battle.
Wow, well, that just gives you a little bit of a look at our guest today. And in the book, I want to mention it again, it's called God is in This Fight, How God Made a Way to Rescue Human Trafficking Survivors. And we're going to delve into this a little bit with our guest who is seated right next to me, who you've seen in the cockpit. So I'm just going to say something really cheesy. Fasten your seatbelts, in your cockpit, in your seat. He's going to take us on a drive here. Not really a drive, a flight. I think it's a flight. Yeah, but wow. Ted Greenfield, welcome, founder of Invisible Angels. So great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Darlene. It's great to be here.
What a book. I can't say enough. I could not put it down. And it is so incredible how you are now flying to human trafficking survivors to freedom. But it didn't start that way for you. Give us the turbo version. You have an incredible history, work history, professional history that culminated in you starting this ministry. Give us the short version.
The short version is we'll begin with nothing God does makes sense.
Yeah.
I graduated college with a degree in applied social science that my father was like, what are you going to do with this? Well, you're never going to do it. What are you going to do? I ended up working at a production company producing car television commercials. And then I came to Christ when I was about 25 years old. From there, God told me to go into special education teaching. So I went back and got a master's degree in special ed. And then I started working toward a PhD. And I was a special ed teacher for about almost 10 years. From there, I started playing around with video because I thought it was really cool. And the internet was coming around just at that time. So I ended up producing real estate training for an online e-learning training company. And that I was employee number 6. And that we went up on the .com side and then came down on the .bomb side. Yeah. And then we started another multimedia company called the Vision Cube, and we were the primary real estate training developers for ERA, Coldwell Banker, and Century 21. So I was still teaching, but I was just developing what became instructional design. And then from there, I went back into television production for a little while, and I got a job offer from the government, from Voice of America. I went there for 8 years, developed learning English content all over the world. It was a fantastic experience. And then the story of Invisible Angels, the background and the foundation for Invisible Angels started. I ended up going on a 2-month-long assignment to a country that still shall be nameless, and it was in a very dark part of the world. And I came back, ended up at Lockheed Martin, and then at the FAA, where I finished out my government service after 18 years.
Yeah, and first of all, wow, that was great that you could do it in that short amount of time, because some of this is chronicled in the book, and it is riveting. All those different seasons of your life, what you went through, God prepared you. But one of the big part of that is particularly ending up at the FAA. You wanted to be a pilot. When you were younger, you started it. It took years before you finally did. You got your pilot's license, and we read all about that. And so how then did that lead you? We're at the FAA at the time. How did Invisible Angels, which is the name of your ministry that rescues human trafficking survivors, did that just start happening part-time or what?
Well, I walked into a Bible study in 2018, and there was a woman there from Maranatha Freedom, had no idea who that was, and she started giving a presentation to our Bible study on human trafficking in the Baltimore and Washington, D.C. area. And I thought she was making it up. I've lived in the Dominican Republic, in Europe, in Africa, in Kazakhstan. I've been a lot of places, and I know human trafficking is horrible, but not here. We have Home Depot in the United States. It doesn't happen here. And then about 5 minutes into her presentation, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's telling the truth. This landed in my heart like a wet bag of cement. That's the only way I can describe it. And it just started to harden. So after her presentation, I just started getting online and saying, I want to get involved. And I ended up calling an organization called Trafficking Hope. I saw a presentation on YouTube, and I said, hey, do you guys ever need anybody with private aircraft to fly survivors to safety, to get them to safe houses, or get them rescue or medical help or family reunification? Would that ever be of use for you? And there was this silence. I thought she'd dropped the phone. And she goes, you have no idea what an answer to prayer that would be. And this woman prophesied over me on that call for about 45 minutes. It became a prophetic prayer call that she said, you're going to be running an organization with a fleet of aircraft rescuing hundreds, if not thousands, of human trafficking survivors. And I just sat back and I got off that call and I'm like, Lord, I have no idea how you're going to do it, but I guess this is what we're going to be doing.
You know what, and then we go from there, and we're taking this in steps. We go from there to where that was such a light bulb moment, such a God-infused moment of finding what the problem was. And we have here on Bay Focus many times shared about human trafficking and ministries getting involved. But this is one man, so it's one guy who God brought all kinds of people alongside you. You were given a plane. That is amazing. That again, we don't have time to go into the super details, but just do summarize the miracles that it took to get this literally off the ground.
God told me to buy the domain name invisibleangels.org. When he told me to buy that, I said, Lord, that domain name is going to be $3,500. God said, buy the domain name. I get online, open up my register.com account, enter invisibleangels.org. It pops up available, $35. So I purchased the domain name at $35, and God, the moment I hit purchase online, God told me two things: speak life into this organization as if it's up and running, and write a budget. And that's all I did. And it happened in this progressive revelation over a period of a couple of years. So I'm telling everybody about Invisible Angels and the vision for the organization, and I'm in an online Bible study, and I hijack the online Bible study, and I'm telling everybody about Invisible Angels, and we're going to be rescuing human trafficking survivors, and this guy pops up. And he says, I'm a retired airline pilot. The perfect airplane for you is a Cessna P210 Centurion, 6 passengers, got a low fuel cost. That's the perfect airplane for you. Later on that night, I looked online at tradeaplane.com, and sure enough, they're about 200 to 500 grand, and that is the perfect plane for us. About 9 months later, I catch this sermon called When God Gives You a Green Light. And right away, when I heard this sermon, it was on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got the green light. I got the green light. And later on that day, I went back on tradeaplane.com just to look at airplanes because I was bored. And the first plane that popped up was a Cessna P210 Centurion 6-passenger plane, just like it was said 9 months earlier. And all the ad said was, I want to donate this plane to a nonprofit. And that's the plane we have today.
Wow. Okay. That is one of several miracles in this book that you will see, and several challenges that arose, several things, certifications, their legalities, various things they had to go through to get fully operational. And if we have time at the end, we'll get back to some of that. You dealt with some hurdles and different things, but God got you through all of it. But I know our viewers are interested right now in tell us what some of your experiences have been with trafficking survivors. Explain to us how this works.
So what I learned very quickly is that the transportation was the missing link in the rescue equation. Because when trafficking survivors are rescued, they have to be taken to safe houses. And there's this network of safe houses all across the country, all run by Christian organizations. So what happens is we get a call from the safe houses or law enforcement, and they say, well, look, we've got a survivor in Baltimore. The safe house that she needs to go to is in Houston, because the survivor has to be taken far away from where the trafficking took place because of safety and security. It's almost like, think of it as like a witness protection program. Mm-hmm. They have to go off the grid. And they have no way to get there. So when I was making these calls in the beginning, the rescue agencies were making 16 to 20-hour drives getting survivors there. They couldn't use the major carriers, because many of them didn't have identification, nor did they have the money to do that. So the transportation was the missing link. And when we started, we immediately got calls from the rescue organizations that I had reached out to, telling them about the vision before we had an airplane. So in 2021, when that aircraft came, then we started rocking and rolling, and we, I think, transported 7 people that first year, all privately in our aircraft. And basically how it works is we get a call from either law enforcement or safe homes, and we only work with law enforcement and safe homes and rescue organizations just for security. And they say, we've got a survivor. Like yesterday, we had a call. We have a survivor in Chicago. She's in the hospital. She's been beaten very badly. The safe house is in Columbus, Ohio, and we have no way to get her there. So now we're working with the airlines, and we fly them with a survivor advocate when we have immediate flights like that. So we dispatch an advocate, or if the rescue agency, in this case, they had an advocate that would fly with her. So we arrange the travel. We fly them first class when it's available, which is usually all the time, because we want our survivors. It's extravagance. These are God's children. Yeah. So we want that airline ride to be as wonderful and as comfortable as possible. Yeah. So we fly the survivor and the advocate first class to get them to the safe house. We do all the logistics, making sure that the receiving safe house and the receiving agency is there to pick them up at the gate. Mm-hmm. The airlines are wonderful when we request services. And then we also work with DOT, TSA, Air Marshals, and Department of Homeland Security on getting survivors through airport security without any ID, because 90% of them don't have any identification.
They have nothing.
Yeah, so that was a real challenge for us in the first few years of operation. And just last year in 2025, we were able to break through, reach an agreement with the Department of Homeland Security, and they've been wonderful to work with on getting survivors through security.
Your plane?
We're flying our plane. Now we've limited our aircraft just for trips within Florida, southern Georgia, and any trips that are 2 hours or less that are 2 hours or less that are convenient for us. Yeah. Just out of passenger comfort until we get a bigger airplane.
Okay, so you are, and you are actively doing this. The one question I have when you're talking about survivors is, has it always gone flawlessly? There's a story in this book, how you got this survivor, and she was all, literally on board, all so excited to be rescued, everything, and then she just disappeared. This is so traumatic for these survivors to make the change, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's sadly about 25% of survivors end up going back. Yeah. Typically, it can be up to 5 times where we rescue a survivor and where survivors are rescued by other organizations as well, to really make it stick and let them, and get them to stay in safety, because that's their normal, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And when they're brought into a safe environment, there's a whole lot of trauma there that you need a medical and psychological staff to deal with, which is all in the safe houses.
Yeah, they do. One of the ones that you're connected with too here with us, we've had Sailor Freedom on a number of times. It does so many. They do so much. They come alongside and do the complete
24/7 medical staff, 24/7 psychological staff. They have wonderful facilities. They're our largest partner, and we're very good friends with them.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. All right, one of the things that I keep saying you have to get the book, because we are just surface. There's so many things that Ted encountered that were obstacles that God miraculously removed, made a way. Ted's health, which God took care of. There were a number of things, and again, we're just whetting your appetite. But Ted, I need to ask, what are some practical ways, because we want to get our viewers connected now. What are some practical ways churches and individuals can get involved?
The way people can get involved is partner with us anywhere between $20 and $100 a month, because we do run 2 aviation programs. One aviation program is operating our own private aircraft, which we are a 135 carrier, which you may not know what that means, but we are licensed by the FAA to carry passengers. We have an air carrier certificate, which means the FAA is completely involved in our safety process. So we are as safe as any of the other airlines. And then I
have to digress there. You have to read the book, because that was a process. That story, how they got that level, is amazing. Okay.
So then now we have the aviation program, which we fly survivors on the commercial carriers, but we also provide hotels, we provide meals, we provide rent-a-cars, we have survivor advocates flying with them. So each rescue costs anywhere between $3,500 and $5,000, and it doesn't matter what it costs, because it's a human life. We're a nonprofit. I have never taken a salary from it. We need donations from it, and then we have to grow. Because we're outgrowing what I can do. We need to bring more people on. So we do have quite a big budget, and we do need monthly partners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that is a great way. I want to, on a kind of wrapping this up on a personal note, Ted, and again, we've just scratched the surface. This book shares so much of your personal journey. There is scripture throughout. It ministered to me so much because you addressed the reader with some of your scriptures, some of your insights. This was deeply personal. What was your journey like through this, spiritually, personally? And you got to do it in 3 minutes or less. Yeah.
When God calls you to what he has you, number one, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to be in your area of your greatest strength. This was my area of greatest weakness. I am a bad administrator. Okay, I'm a great creative guy. I'm a good pilot, but as an administrator, oh Lord, you have to be in that constant place of leaning on God. God, what do I do next? Do I turn right? Do I turn left? And nothing is going to make sense, and it is going to seem impossible. But remember, God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. And if you think you are the least likely character and the least likely person to be called into the ministry that God's calling you, you are in good company. There's a whole book filled with people that are in the same boat. Yeah,
and I think one of the things that is so clear in your story is how, we learn to know these people in your book. God sent you people. Mm-hmm. Yes. We have this scripture, and I'm not quoting it directly, probably. God will send people for your life.
Yeah.
Some of the people you thought in the book were going to just jump in and do something ended up being somebody else that did.
Yeah.
Another connection.
Yeah, it was a constant series of surprises, and the people I thought were going to help didn't, and the people I thought were going to hurt were the greatest help of all.
Yeah.
And we got shut down by the FAA. I got charged with operating an illegal airline. I was looking at $1.4 million of fines, and that was the biggest blessing.
Yeah, because it got you this whole new level of certification with the FAA.
And got their support, and God said, don't worry, just tell my story.
Oh, okay, we're going to end on that. I love it. Just tell my story. Ted, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your story with us today. And again, we're going to show on the screen in just a moment the book again. I cannot recommend this more. It was, I full disclosure here, because I've been doing this, number of your viewers have been with me for many years. When I do a book interview with an author, I don't always have time to read it word for word. I have to get through, get the gist of it. I could not put it down word for word, absolutely word for word. It was riveting. So I hope you will get it, but it's just such a testimony to what God can do when you just say, I'm willing. I'm willing to do this, Lord. Just like Ted said, you equip me, I'll go, I'll do it. So stay tuned on the screen. You're going to see how you can get this book from Ted Greenfield, God is in This Fight. We'll be right back with more of Bay Focus.
From the Gulf Coast to the bustling downtowns, here at Bay Focus, we're highlighting all of the local individuals, community organizations, ministries, and events taking place across Central Florida. Whether we're out on the road or in the studio, tune in to hear about the faith in action happening in your community. Watch Bay Focus with host Darlene Greenlee on Wednesdays and Thursdays on CTN Greater Tampa Bay, or watch on demand at ctnonline.com/BayFocus.
Well, we're back, and one of the things we love featuring on Bay Focus is our reporter Elise Nicole's piece is called Treasures by the Bay. We have so many wonderful places here in the Tampa Bay area, and today she is going to take us to the city of Dunedin. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Dunedin, Florida, a charming coastal town where quaint village vibes meet Gulf Coast sunshine. Dunedin is a hidden gem bursting with gorgeous sunsets, personality, history, and plenty of things to do. Downtown colorful storefronts invite you to browse boutiques, peruse art, and even bike the Pinellas Trail. Every spring, Dunedin becomes Blue Jays Central and the beautiful Fenway Hotel. The crown jewel, Honeymoon Island State Park. Make it all low-key paradise. Let's not forget the food and one of the finest restaurants, Bon Appetit.
This is Elise Nicole reporting for Bay Focus.
And we're here at the award-winning Bon Appetit with front house manager Christian.
Started in 2016, and I originally come from Austria. I worked on cruise ships for 20 plus years prior to coming here to Bon Appetit, and I traded the ocean for this kind of view that we have right behind us here. And when I come to work in the morning, this is what I see, and I still feel like I'm on a cruise ship.
It is beautiful. I've been here a few times and I can't get enough of the sunset over the water. Could you tell us a little bit about the food and what you offer to the guests?
Bon Appetit, obviously, because in the water, we do emphasize on fresh seafood. We get fresh fish daily. Our seafood specialties are extraordinary. And of course, we have meat products as well. We have steaks and we have chops and lamb and pork and chicken. Our signature item is the grouper Bon Appetit. That has been a main staple on our menu for many, many years. As a matter of fact, probably for the last 50 years, because Bon Appetit celebrates 50 years anniversary next year, which is a milestone. There's not many restaurants, again, in the Tampa Bay area that have such a history that Bon Appetit has. And I'm very proud to be here, and this is a great place to work at.
And you were mentioning that many of your staff speak other languages and they come from other countries. That's so exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, at last count, I believe we were able to speak 7 different languages here. Wow. We have a multinational crew here, international crew, and also when it comes to menus, we do offer a digital menu next to the paper menu. We have a digital iPad menu that we are able to translate into 4 different languages, which is a very good feature for this restaurant. There's not many restaurants that I know of here in Pinellas County or in the immediate area that is able to offer that kind of service. And there's many celebrations that are being celebrated here. Every weekend we have, you name it, be it a christening, be it a baby shower, be it a bridal shower, or special milestone anniversaries. We have the right spot for everyone for any occasion. We're very known for all that.
Now to the historic Strahan's ice cream.
We have like 37 flavors at all times that are all different. They change seasonally too. We have a bunch of new flavors coming up for the holiday season, so it's very fun. We do a very good pumpkin cobbler, and our baker puts her homemade pumpkin cobbler in the ice cream itself, so it's very good. And I hope and pray she always has leftovers, so I can just take the pumpkin cobbler home. And then for our Christmas season, we do a peppermint mocha, and that one has 50 pounds of peppermint in one box of ice cream. It is quite literally insane. It is very pepperminty and very good. And then we have a snickerdoodle flavor that is so good that we have it all year round now because we got requested last year for it. And we have my favorite, the Christmas cookie, which tastes just like one of those little sugar cookies you get at any store that are like the best cookies ever. And they have the cookie inside of it too. It's really yummy. Yeah. There's so many dogs here. They enjoy ice cream too. We have a walk-up window at our store here, so if your dogs are a little noisy, like they all can be, you can have them at the window. They're more than welcome inside, and they get a little free pup cup with everybody's ice cream too. So they started with the store up on Alternate 19, and that one was so good and so busy that they started branching out. They opened this store, I think was their second store, so we've had this one for quite a long time too. I know, sadly, the Strahans did pass away, so we still keep everything exactly the same from how they did it. Their same ingredients, their same everything, almost to the exact way that the stores were laid out from before. So we try and keep everything very family-oriented. We work for another family, Lucas and Johnny, now own the store, so they are very good owners and keep everything exactly the same, too.
So the legacy continues, and they keep...
My grandma used to come get ice cream at the one up the road before I was even born. So I've never even met her, so I work in the industry too, so it's kind of cool. We keep it all the same.
Well, thank you so much, Elise, for taking us into the city of Dunedin and all the reports that you do for the show. Well, I have just been so honored today to feature the guest that we had, Ted Greenfield, and if you've watched this program today, I hope you will get his book, God is in This Fight, How God Made a Way to Rescue Human Trafficking Survivors. You need to get this book. It will change your life and get you involved in an effort, I know, to help people, and really will minister to you as well. And I just want to thank you for tuning in. I love having you tune in each week. You can see on the screen how you can connect with me. We will see you next week. God bless you.